everybody? Happy Thursday. Happy Thursday, y'all. Whew. Mm, mm. Happy Thursday. Whew. So it is officially Friday Eve. Woo, woo. Friday Eve, y'all. Man, I look forward to Friday Eve. Y'all don't even understand. It has been quite the interesting week, y'all. Quite the interesting week. Um, Especially if you lived in the line of fire of the winter storm, I'm gonna say. Because we've been struggling up in these streets. Like it is still frozen snow and ice everywhere. It is crazy to me. And I get stressed out just from having to drive through the city. I think I might have talked about this last week, but it ain't changed. It has not changed. New week, same stuff. Okay. It is crazy out there. So I was excited for it to, kind of melt a little bit because we've been getting like those single digits and them teens, but we got a little bit of a warm up, so it was able to melt some things. How you do? So, of course, my husband just walked over here to me. Then he gonna say, "Hey, hey,
Yep. CB and TBee.
Yo, hi, baby." Okay. All right. Yeah. So, yeah, it's been still crazy out here. It was still crazy out here. So if y'all have not caught my last video that I did, it was just about us surviving the snowstorm. We were able to go out for a little bit for a date, and yeah, you would not believe like how many areas had like all these big frozen snow ponds. Like literally, like you can go ice skating. Like, and we were talking about like we have like a lot of rivers and stuff like in the city, and they were like frozen, but people were taking the audacity to try to like walk on these frozen like rivers and stuff like they ice skating rinks, to the point where like the mayor and them was like, stay off of it, because just because it looks frozen don't mean that it necessarily is. You end up going on a what you think is all frozen solid ice and end up falling in the middle of it. There's like one, that's illegal, and two, that's dangerous to do that. I've actually watched like shows where people think it's okay to drive on frozen like rivers and lakes thinking that it's solid all the way through. Okay, it might be on the top, but you don't know what's on the surface. And all you gotta do is hit that one little patch, and that's you sinking down to the bottom. So then when they gotta send out a whole disclaimer telling you don't do that, something's wrong. Like, what's wrong with this picture? I was like, I'm not even like going to even like play no games like that. But yeah, but around in my neighborhood, all you see is just lawns. It looks like skating ring. Like literally, like if you wanted to go skate, you probably really could go skating because of the frozen ice that is like everywhere. And I just finally, like I said earlier, was starting to see a little bit of it start to like melt a little bit. But it is so crazy, so stressful trying to go around in these streets with this weather like this. I can't wait for it to stop. And I thought at one point that I was like looking forward to another snowstorm, but I'm not. I'm not, because this last one, it was so stressful just trying to get around and still having to deal with mountains of ice and snow. I'm not. I'm not looking forward to it. I'm really not. I'm really not. So I don't know about y'all. I don't know about where y'all live at, but hopefully y'all ain't getting it like we are, because it's brutal. It's brutal. Like I'm not even trying to go there. I'm not even trying to go there. So yeah, I'm not even thinking about any more snow right now. I'm waiting for everything to like melt, slow down, whatever, warm up. I've been hearing like all week about other places having like 50, 60-degree weather, 70-degree weather. I'm like, can I get a little bit of that? Can I get a little bit of that? So thank you guys for tuning in for some Tea Time Thursday. We're going to talk. We're going to chill. We're going to get a little cozy. Tell me what y'all drinking on today. What are you guys drinking on today? I got me a nice hot cup of tea that I ain't waiting to cool off, because your girl is not trying to get herself all burnt up out here in these streets trying to sip some tea, okay? It is tea time, but I am not trying to boil myself. All right. But yeah, so let me just update y'all on my week. So like I said, it has definitely been a crazy, crazy week. Um, a lot of stuff going on today. A lot of stuff going on today. Um, had to literally like start myself earlier, which was not fun. It was not fun having to, not like eat like for like hours and hours and hours and hours. But that's what happens, sometimes when you gotta get stuff done, you gotta do that. But yeah, that was a crazy, crazy, wild, wild day. So yeah, I was just basically trying to like navigate, get my mind right, be ready for the weekend. They talk about more snow. I mean, but I don't think it's going to be really nothing like serious. I'm hoping that because I'm kind of over it now. I'm over it at this point. Like I'm really over it at this point. It's amazing how your mind and your focus and your view start changing after a while. I went from yeah, bring it on, bring it on, bring it on. So no, I'm cool. Y'all can keep it. You know what I'm saying? Especially when you gotta deal with it. And I think like this around this time, um, a few years ago when we had like real bad snow, we was out. We was out. Me and my husband, we was like on vacation, chilling in the Bahamas where it was like 90, 100 degrees, and all the snow was back here. Everybody else was dealing with it. And we was like out, peace. I'm like, we need to get back to that place where we can set a vacation when winners come in, so we could be like peace, deuces. Ooh, I ain't trying to deal with it. You know what I'm saying? So that's what I am looking for. I'm looking for it, but that's goals. That's goals. I know I can't do that every year, but it would certainly be nice. So I just got to take little baby steps and try to set myself up to where I ain't got to work as hard. You know what I mean? You know how you say work smarter, not harder. I'm trying to get to that point because you're really working hard out here to where I be stressed out, stressed out. I don't know about y'all, but I'll be stressed out. But yeah, welcome to February. Last time we got together for some tea, y'all, we was at the last bit of January and we are now in February. A lot is going on in this month. I'm excited. Woo woo. Excited that February is here. I ain't happy that it's the shortest month, but I'm excited that it is here. Yeah. And they consider this love month. Love month, for those that are in love, and it's also like Black History Month for those that are very, very into it. And I thought it was interesting to find out a lot of things that I didn't know. So I was doing some like research and finding some fun facts. Like especially like this time of month, you hear a lot of things over and over again. Like it be kind of be repetitive. And I was like, I want to hear something different. Like, give me something different. Like I get real interested. Hey sweetie, I get real interested and things that I don't know or never heard of, or those facts that you be like, wow, I had no idea. You know what I'm saying? So I'm gonna share a few like fun facts with you guys that I didn't have a clue about. You know how you hear it, but when you start hearing different stuff, it be like, wow, you don't say. So yeah. I um was digging in the archives and I was like, you know what I found very, very interesting was that the first like 1 in 4 like cowboys, right? 1 in 4 cowboys was black. I'm like, what? Well, wait a minute. So yeah, it said back in the old Western days that 1 in 4 cowboys was black. I'm like, who would have thought? Who would have knew? So I guess it's making sense now because when I think about like like the country music and things like that, how a lot of black people are like country music artists and stuff, and they really are grounded into country music. I'm like, okay, now I could kind of connect the dots because a lot of black people were actually cowboys back in the day. I'm like, wow. I'm like, who knew? Who knew? That was definitely a fun fact. Definitely a fun fact. So I was excited. to hear that, because I like to like learn a lot about history stuff, too. And another thing that I had found out when I was, you know, digging through the archives. So I said, duh. I'm cracking up. Yeah, but listen, when you ain't like looking for stuff and ain't thinking about it, it's like, okay, yeah. But I'm like, that was pretty cool. That was pretty cool. I probably should have digged it a long time ago, but it just enlightened me to want to just dig a little more, just for the fact, just to see what's out there, see what I don't know, what I'm missing or whatever, you know. So I can just talk about it a little bit. But yeah, so that's one fun fact that I found out. And also, um, we start talking about the honor board that I can really appreciate. Although I don't think I'm big on it like I used to be before. I used to be like, ooh, I gotta have it on the board, gotta have it on the board. But I feel like they definitely do come in handy. That that was also invented by a black woman. I was like, okay, okay, y'all better be inventing up in here. Yeah. So I feel like I'm gonna be doing a lot more like digging in the crates. Father night. Oh yeah. I'm gonna let my dad tell you that one. Tokino. Hi, how are you? Tokino. Thank you for coming here. Hey Angel, thank you. Yeah, but I find that comment really, really interesting. I would love for my dad to come on right now. That is hilarious. I'll crack it up. Oh, yeah. That was a good one, Alex. Axel Foley. Why you sound like the man from the movies? I'm cracking up. Not Axel Foley. Are you trying to play the next Eddie Murphy in the movie? I'm cracking up. Yeah, but yeah, if the day I find out my dad ain't my dad, it's gonna be a problem. You know what I'm saying? Everybody say I'm my literally my dad's twin. Like literally my dad's twin. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, that would be hilarious. It'd be like, huh? My dad would be like, what? Funny, you know what I'm saying? Oh man, yeah, that was funny. That was a hilarious joke. I needed that one. Cause my dad would be like, I know what in the world? No. No, but if you see me side by side by my father, you would be like, oh, okay, yeah. Your mom was just the incubator. Your mom was just the incubator. Your mom ain't had nothing to do with that. That's all your dad. Like literally. Yup. Yeah. But yeah, so welcome in everybody for some tea time. Yeah. It's right. You said that would definitely scramble your brain, right? Girl? I know, right? Be like, what? Listen, one thing that I am not confused on is that who my dad is. That's for sure. Not confused by that one. Lord have mercy, Jesus. Them jeans are strong up in here. Strong up in here. Yes, yes, yes. But how's it going, Angel Keys? Thank you for coming in. Thank you for coming in. Appreciate you for being here for some tea time. How's your week been? How your week been? My week has been crazy, crazy, crazy. Oh my God. It was a lot to do today. A lot going on today. So, I say that I was doing a lot of adulting, a lot of checking off boxes, getting my life right. I'm glad you said, yeah, listen, listen, life too short. Life too short. You know what I'm saying? This is tea time. Tea time is just all about having fun, enjoying yourself. It's a vibe over here. I appreciate you for stopping in for some tea time. I'm all about having fun, all about having fun, you know. So yeah, but my day was crazy, 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 crazy. Very busy, a lot going on today. So I'm excited for Friday to show up. You know what I mean? I look forward to my Fridays. Yeah, you said your week has been good today. It's a little overwhelming, but I'm getting through it. Okay, okay. Well, I am glad that you are getting through your week. Hopefully you're gonna have a better weekend. I'm not thinking about that little bit of snow we supposed to get because I'm a little over it now. I am. I was talking about it earlier that I was waiting for this next big snowstorm, but no, it's been so stressful since we had that big snowstorm. It's been so stressful. I'm like driving just to try to get to work. It's just been a headache. So I was like, nope. Okay, I'm good. I don't need it. Now I'm looking forward to spring. Come on, spring. Come on through. Come on through. And of course, the groundhog saw a shadow. So we like 6 more weeks. Are you kidding me? Ugh, really? I'm like, I'm over it already. I'm over it already. Yeah. Yeah. You said you snow fatigue too. Yeah, I know, right? It's exhausting. It's exhausting. Yeah, and I'm hearing that even places that normally don't get the snow was getting snow. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, it was brutal. It was brutal. Like if you like look around like the neighborhood up in the streets, like you still see mountains of frozen snow. It's wild. Like even in my driveway, it's still full of ice and snow. I'm like, can you go somewhere already? I'm like, I'm over it. You know what I'm saying? I'm over it. I'm like, it's just the little things for me. At one point you'd be like, I'll give me all those snowstorms, you know what I mean? But when you gotta be adulting and deal with it, it's like, no, I'm okay. Oh, you can keep it. I'm done. I'm done. But yeah. So so like I was saying, I was doing my due diligence in honor of this month, whatever. So I'm gonna tell y'all some more. Oh, you fell this morning? Oh my god. Are you kidding? What? How the heck? That is crazy. You gotta be careful out here in these streets, especially on snow. That is not even funny. I know you laughing, but dang, that's crazy. Man, I would be mortified if I was to fall right now on that ice. Lord have mercy. And me falling right there, I might not even get back up. I cannot be afford to be breaking the bones or none of that stuff. No, I wouldn't even be able to get back up. Lord Jesus. You know what I'm saying? Ooh, child. Man, oh man. Listen, this is why I've been making sure I wear a lot of like sneaks or something with rubber on it. Could you imagine? Oh my God. Ooh, Lord have mercy. I don't even want to think about that. Yeah, but you gotta be careful out here, especially with all this snow and ice. Crazy. Mm-mm. But yeah, but I was talking about how I was doing a little background stuff, just seeing what's interesting, what's worth like talking about, yeah. So one thing that I think I brought up before, Andrew, you was on the line where we talked about this before about you know celebrities, right? One celebrity in particular. So I just got a little enlightened, like, cause I was feeling like a little way because you know how I feel like when like people have like a lot of money or something, then they just feel like, okay, well I got money, so I can kind of do different things that normal people probably wouldn't do, right? So I was talking about before about how one of the artists out here, famous artists, you know what I'm saying, not baby oil. Oh God. One of the famous artists out here was in like what do you call it? Like a polyamorous relationship, right? Where it was just him and three other women. So I didn't understand it, right? Because I'm like, when especially as being a woman, I'm like, I don't like to share. You know what I'm saying? I'm not about to share. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, how do you get three women to be on board with wanting to share just one man? And they're all okay with it, right? So when I first heard about the story, I was just like puzzled and perplexed. Like, you don't have nothing else better to do. Like, all y'all trying to be with this one man, right? So, okay, needs to say, this artist broke it down. So they said that their reasoning for being in a polyamorous relationship with three women, you said it's called game. That part. Exactly. Definitely your game, right? So, but he said that his main reason for wanting to be in a polyamorous relationship was because he had a very, very nasty, messy divorce, right? And he really hurt his wife. He said he didn't intend to do that, right? So he said he made a decision at that time to never ever lie to a woman again. You remember that? Right. He said he made that decision at that time after, I guess really hurting his wife, having a big public divorce, because he was not being faithful. He said he made a decision at that time that he would never ever lie to a woman again. So I'm like, okay, do tell, give me more, right? So he's like, because of the way he really hurt his wife at the time, he said, I vowed to never do that again. He was like, I'm the main reason that our relationship soured, that our marriage broke up. It's my fault that I did that to that woman that I'm supposed to have really loved, right? So he said that he went to one of his side pieces, right? One of the ones that he was messing around with on his wife, went to the one of the side pieces and says, listen, I love you. I really love you. I rock with you, whatever. But you're not the only one, right? Now, mind you, he done already broke up his marriage, right? But one of the side pieces was one of the main reasons his marriage broke up. So he went to one of his main side girl, like, I rock with you. I love you, all that stuff. I'm like, dang, you love the girl. That's some strong words, right? But he said, yeah, he told the girl, he said, I love you, I rock with you, or whatever. But you ain't the only one that I'm seeing, you know what I'm saying? So she was kind of like, he said she was like, all right, so like now what? You know what I'm saying? So he told her straight up, he said, I really want you. I really want to have you in my life, but I want more than just you. You know what I'm saying? So you can make a decision to rock with it or walk away, right? So the chick was kind of like, all right, well, I'm okay with it. And I'm like, interesting, very, very interesting. So once she gave him the green light and says, I'm okay with you seeing other women and being one of your chicks, he said that opened the door for him to start introducing the other girls. So he's like, all right, she gave him the green light that she's okay with it. So he's like, all right, well, I'm gonna bring in the other girls that I've been seeing too, and hopefully we could all be one big happy family, and we all can get along. I was like, and I'm thinking about that show. Remember that show, Sister Wives, when the guy, how many wives that man had? I think it was like, was it like 5 or 6? He had a lot of wives. They all knew each other. Some like he had them all in a different house. Had kids with a lot of them and stuff. But then I guess someone was finally getting tired. Was like, I don't want to do this no more. Like, I don't want to share you no more. You know what I'm saying? And was like trying to exit it, the marriage and stuff. It was wild. So like Sister Wives didn't last very long because no wives started waking up. It's like, I'm tired of being wife number 2, 3, 4, 5. Crazy, right? So when I heard him say that story and explain it and break it down the way he did, I was like, huh. So that just brings me to men do what they are allowed to do. Like literally, they are only going to do what they're allowed to get away with. So by him coming to her and saying, this is what it is. Either you vibe with it or you don't, or whatever. And she said, okay, go ahead, like, do you? I'm on board. He like, okay, I got the green light. You know what I'm saying? So now it's all 3 of these women with him. And he says, I am not a man in 3 different relationships. He said, I am in one relationship with 3 women. I was like, okay, player from the Himalaya. What? Yes, I was like, he broke it down. Yes, one man in a relationship with 3 women. I was like, okay. Now, so that means they all get a third. So He like, okay, you get a third of my time, you get a third of my time, and you get a third of my time. You know what I mean? I was like, interesting. So that's how these guys be like getting away with that. It definitely takes the women to be on board. It definitely takes the women to be on board because a man can't pull it off without the woman in agreement with it. It's no way. It's no way for a man to pull off a polyamorous relationship if the woman is not in agreement with it. Because at the end of the day, it's like if you're trying to do that, but you got to be sneaky with it, right? So you being sneaky, and then you get caught. Then that's a whole nother problem. The women probably gonna get mad, gonna leave you, or might start busting windows out your car. You will never know what's gonna happen, right? So he just being honest. He's like, I'm not lying anymore. I want more than one woman. I can't commit to just one woman. That was my problem. That's what broke up my marriage. So I'm not doing that anymore. I'm going to be honest and upfront. Tell women that I'm messing with that it's not only you. You either get on board or you're not. You know what I'm saying? So, and it's up to those women to decide if they're going to be on board. So, me, think as a woman, I'll be like, peace, juices, do you, boo, do you. But imagine if a lot of women thought that way and be like, no, I want a monogamous relationship. I'm not doing that. You know what I'm saying? How will men be able to get away with it? It's almost like a woman is like co-signing those type of behaviors. Like they're really co-signing it and saying, okay, I'm okay with it. So, we've been talking a lot about standards and respect and stuff like that on Sister Talk. On Mondays, my sister and I do Sister Talk, and we talk a lot about stuff like this, right? So it's like, do you have those standards? Do you have those self-respect? Because if you're in agreement with that, it's like, are you really respecting yourself? It makes you think. It makes you think. It makes you want to dig deeper. Like, what is your thought process? What makes you want to go along with that type of relationship? Are you getting fulfilled from it? Are you getting what you need from it? Are you happy with it? You know what I'm saying? Makes you want to answer a lot of questions. It's like, is it really that deep? Is it really that serious that you gotta be a third wheel, or you gotta only get a third of somebody? It's like, I can't do that. I can't do that. I honestly can't say that I would really be open and willing to do something like that. One, I need 100% of you. Okay, I don't want part of you, and it's sure gonna be a problem if I find out that I'm sharing you. That's gonna be a whole nother situation. Okay, I'm just saying. So no, I'm not in agreement with you. I'm like, you don't have to share me, so why should I have to share you? So that's when it really comes down to, like, do you really like respect yourself enough to say, no, I'm not dealing with it. I'm not going to do that. But yeah, but I just found that very, very, very interesting. So it made me like low key have a little bit more respect for him in his situation. Because I'm like, you are being honest. You really are being honest. You know what I'm saying? You present it on the table like you just had a platter and say, here, this is what I'm offering you on my plate. You know what I mean? This is what I could offer you. You want it or you don't want it. You know what I'm saying? So then it left the women that choice to say, okay, I'll take what you offered on the plate, or no, I don't want it. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, okay, all right, player. So that's why I feel like I'm hearing a lot about polyamorous relationship. Like, you will hear about it back in the day, right? But I feel like it's becoming more profound and pronounced now that more and more people are experimenting with it. You know what I'm saying? And it's like becoming almost like a norm. Like, I hate to really say that. It's really, really starting to become a norm. You know, that, you got the man with two women or something like that, or, and they all one big happy family and stuff. It's crazy to me. Yeah. But I just wanted to revisit that story because I thought it was very, very interesting because I did not understand like how he was getting away with all of it. But he's like, hey, y'all, this is what it is. This is what it is. You know what I mean? So, so I can appreciate the fact that he doesn't want to lie to any more women. Okay, I definitely can respect that because it ain't good to try to be lying and people are willy nilly. Be honest, be upfront, with your stuff. Stop trying to be sneaky because what's done in the dark will eventually come out in the light. I'm a firm believer in that. I don't quote a lot of people doing dirt in the dark. Trust me. So yeah, it will eventually come out. So you might as well be honest or whatever, and be upfront. Hey, Lisa J, thank you for coming in. Yeah, so you might as well be honest about your stuff. You know what I'm saying? Don't stop playing games out here. Like I be feel like I'm too grown. Yep. You said honesty is important as long as all members are on board. And I guess it can work. But if one of them secretly isn't into it, don't want to lose some, then it could be problem. Exactly, exactly. Yeah. Don't sacrifice your self respect and your dignity for that. Cause it's way too many fish in the sea. How they be saying, like men be saying there's too many fish in the sea. It is. It is. So don't ever compromise yourself or your happiness or your self respect just for one person. Like put yourself in a situation because you scared of losing something. Like, are you really losing anything? Because you really don't have a lot to begin with, if you think about it. Because you don't have the whole person. You're getting part of them. You know what I'm saying? You're sharing them. And is that fulfilling you? You know what I'm saying? So it's one of those things like make you think, like, things to make you go, things to make you go, So that's why I said, like, I don't share. I don't share, period. Like, I don't consider myself a selfish person, but I am selfish when it comes to my mate. That part. So yeah, I'm like that. That's a whole problem for me. That's a whole problem for me. So yeah, but woo, you know what I'm saying? I'm like, if you like it, I love it. If you like it, I love it. So yeah. But anywho, but welcome y'all for Tea Time Thursday. Thank y'all for being here. I've been trying to wait for my tea to cool. Oh, I feel like it's cooler off, but let's see. Mm. What y'all sipping on? What y'all sipping on? Mm-mm. Woo, I was waiting for that to calm down, y'all. Because when I said it was on piping, it was on piping. So I'm so glad that I can partake in some tea right now. Yeah. But yeah, so now let me go back to some fun facts now that I did a whole recap of that story that I brought to y'all like a month or so ago. But yeah, but okay, another fun fact. So did you know that a cloud weighs a million tons? A million tons. A cloud, y'all. A cloud. Think about that. Talking about a cloud in the sky weighs a million tons. When I saw that, I was like, huh. Wow, because you know that's where we get like our moisture and our rain and our snow comes from the clouds. But to weigh a million tons, who would have thought? Because when you look up in the sky, you got all different type of clouds. Like I actually teach this with my students. Like we were covering a lot about weather, right? Last quarter. We talked a lot about weather facts. We were talking about the different clouds, like the cumulus clouds, the cirrus clouds, stratus clouds, what they do, what their purposes are, what they look like when they're in the sky. So we covered a lot of information about weather and clouds. So when I think about cloud, I'm like, you mean to tell me, like if I was to look up at a cumulus cloud, that cloud weigh a million tons? Like what? Because cumulus clouds are they're very light and fluffy, right? But they're full. They're very full. So when I'm thinking about seeing out loud, I'm like, okay, I can see that weighing a million tons. Okay, it's very full and fluffy. They're like one of the most full and fluffiest clouds in the sky. But if I think about like a stratus cloud, I'm like, okay, it's dark and gray or whatever. Like, okay. It's kind of thin, whatever. That you're about to get like some rain or some moisture when you start seeing stratus clouds. But the cirrus clouds are probably like the thinnest. They like little streaks. When you ever see them clouds that like little streaks in the sky, whatever. Yeah, I'm like, I can't imagine those weighing no million tons. I can't. Yeah. So I thought that was very interesting. That was a fun fact. Yeah. So another fun fact. Did y'all know that giraffes are 30 times more likely to get hit by lightning than people? And while I'm saying it, I'm laughing because I'm like, that don't even sound too far off. It don't. It don't. They 30 times more likely to get struck by lightning than people are. I'm like, really? I'm like, you don't say. When you think about a giraffe, right? They are like the tallest animal in the world. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, that don't seem too far off for me. It does not seem too far off for me. I'm like, wow, but they said 30 times more likely? Wow. I would be like, how the giraffes? When the lightning storms start coming. Oh man, I'm like, that's wild to me. That is so wild to me. I was like, wow. I'm like, yeah. So I guess being a giraffe has its pros and its cons. Honey, Lord have mercy. I would not want to share spaces with them. I'm just saying. That's wild to me. So yeah, so now I'm gonna tell you another fun fact that I found. Did y'all know that identical twins do not have the same fingerprints? They do not have the same fingerprints, even though they are identical. I'm like, wow. I was like, a part of me like saying, okay, that makes sense because everybody has their unique fingerprint. They have their own unique fingerprint. But I never even thought about the fact that identical twins don't. I've never even thought about that. Because you figured like they literally came from the same egg. Like literally. That's why they are identical. But it's like even though twins be identical, they be having some slight difference between them, some slight difference that you can notice which one is which I found so interesting. Like it's always something little minute that you can tell which one is which. I be finding that so fascinating. And I'm thinking like the COVID year, like the year before, like I would say the COVID year or maybe the year before COVID, I think it was a lot of twins, a lot of twins that came out of like 2019, uh, 2020. I feel like it was a lot of twins came out there because I have a twin in my classroom. Um, some other teachers in my cohort have a twin, like all in the same grade. You know what I'm saying? So it's like very, very interesting to me. Like, and especially when I see one that's like has identical, like I would see it's like two identicals, and every time I see like I would get confused. I would think it was literally the same kid. I would think it was literally the same kid, and then it dawned on me. I was like, huh, you got a twin. You got a twin. You know what I'm saying? But if I was looking at it with the naked eye, I was like, oh my God, that's the same kid. That's the same kid. And it was two of them like that. And I would think it was the same. And then I realized, oh my God, we have literally sets of twins that are identical. And I don't know the difference between, like, I know the difference between one of them because it's really clear differences. But the other set, I couldn't tell you who was who. I'm like, that's wild. And these are kids that were like born during like the COVID time, like right that when COVID was just starting to hit or whatever. Yeah, so I feel like a lot of twins came out of the COVID area. A lot of twins came out of the COVID area, and when I say it out loud, I'm not really surprised by that. I you figure the world was shut down. You know what I mean? Except for essential workers, the world was shut down. So a lot of people, had to stay locked in. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not too surprised, by that. But yeah, but I found that very, very interesting that they don't have the same fingerprint. So another fun fact: did y'all know that your earlobes, your little earlobes, right here, that they have no biological purpose? They just there. They're just there. So when you think about it, it's like, then why the heck do they hurt so bad? Like for those that has piercings or something like that, or you bump your ear, or you sleep on it wrong, those little earlobes be hurting. You know what I'm saying? I mean, whew, like it sting a little bit. Like especially when you get them piercings and stuff like that. But they have no biological purpose. They just there. So it's like we literally probably could go without a whole earlobe. But wouldn't that look crazy though? Without having an earlobe? I couldn't even think about what that would look like. Just think about your ear. Think about your ear and not having an earlobe. But they say it has no purpose. He said God put them there so you can wear earrings. There you go. That part. That part. He already knew. He like, listen, y'all need some jewelry for y'all earlobes. So I'm gonna make it so y'all can, accommodate. You know what I'm saying? Accommodate. so so yeah. So that's the only thing I can think of the purpose of. Just to get you some little jewelry and something for the edge, you know what I mean? But yeah, but I was like, wow, no purpose, none at all. No purpose. They just there. Party is. I'm like, wow. I'm like, things that you find out, right? Things that you find out. Yeah. So now this one, y'all, I don't know. I don't know how I feel about this one. I don't know how I feel about this one, y'all. Y'all gotta tell me. Give me your thoughts on this one. Do you know that your brain is constantly eating itself? As I sip my tea. As I sip my tea. Did y'all know that your brain is constantly eating itself? I don't know how I feel about that one. What's your thoughts? What's your thoughts? What are your thoughts about that? Child. Because I can tell you my thoughts. Your brain is constantly eating itself. Just finding that out puts so many different things in perspective. So many different things in perspective to me. When you start thinking about memory life, like memory loss, and people suffering from brain conditions, and you got things like dementia and Alzheimer's, all that stuff like that, right? I'm like, wow. So your own brain is turning on you. You said, of course, my brain was too damn crazy. It was that case then by the time you were brain dead. Oh my God. Wow. That might be the reason for dementia. Exactly. That's what I'm thinking. Could people be getting these neurological disorders? A lot of people suffering from dementia, Alzheimer's. Excuse me, guys. I'm like, that's really making sense now. Because when you start thinking about it, it's like, where do these conditions come from? How do people get them? How do people start losing their memory? Stuff like that. So to find out that your own brain is eating itself, are you kidding me? Wow. Whew. Yeah, that one stung a little bit. So now it's like, now what do you do about that? You know what I mean? If your own brain is eating itself, you know what I'm saying? Like, do you really have a chance? Do you really have a chance? You know what I'm saying? That's crazy to me. Yeah. But I feel like that it answers a lot of questions as to why people are suffering from certain conditions now, especially when it starts coming to Europe. But yeah, but that was a very interesting and alarming fact that I had heard and found out. So, whew, child. Now this makes me want to dig a little deeper, y'all. What else is happening that we don't know, especially when it comes to your body? You know what I'm saying? What else is happening out here? Woo! That was crazy to me. Yeah. But anywho, it is time to switch gears. It's time for some would you rather. Something gotta go. All right. Now, my first one. Would you rather have rainy days or snowy days? Which one? Which one? If you had a choice between rainy days and snowy days, which ones would you rather have? Whew. Let me sip on that one. If you had a choice between rainy days or snowy days, which one would you rather have? Rain, fair, fair. Yup. Yep. Bring the rain. That's right. Bring it on. You know what I'm saying? I guess I'll have to deal with the rain every day in my life. Could you imagine having to deal with snow? But there's some places that get snow mostly the whole year. They probably maybe get like 1 or 2 months off from not getting snow. I could not imagine. I could not imagine at all. Period. Period. It's just like the cold and the long days and the long dark nights and oh my God. No, it's right. Give me the rain, baby. Listen, rain gear, umbrella every single day. Whew, I'll take that over snow weekdays every single day, rest of my life. Yeah, I'm with y'all. Bring it on, bring it on. Next one. Now, which one of these gotta get the X? Action movies or rom coms, aka romantic comedies? Which one of those gotta get the X? If you could only have a choice to watch action movies or rom coms, which one gets the X? Which one gets the X? Action gets the X. Okay. Okay. What about you, babe? Whew, Lord have mercy. I gotta think about this for y'all. Ah, considering that I'm a fan of both genres, jeez. If somebody said to me, you only could have one genre, either action movies or rom coms. I'm not a fan of action movies, but I love rom coms. I'm cracking up. Okay, so you said the rom com gotta go. Wow, we got a fitty. Let's see who gonna break this tie here. Let me see. Mm. Yeah, I'm so torn right now. I am so torn right now. Cause I love an action movie, but I can appreciate a good rom com too. Oh my god, this one is hard. It's hard. Oh my god. Oh no. I think I would reluctantly say I would get rid of an action movie. Because when I start thinking about action movie, I think about a lot of goriness, blood, people brains flying everywhere, limbs flying, or something crazy. Because our action movie got a lot of dramatic stuff in it. But I can appreciate a good romantic comedy, romantic comedy together. Yeah, I think I would reluctantly say I would have to get rid of the action movies. A lot of action movies, I can't even deal with them. Be like, oh my God, oh no, Lord Jesus. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, you could have saved that part. Yeah, I think I would have to say if I had a choice, I would have to get rid of the action movie. So I'm the tiebreaker. I'm the tiebreaker. Yeah. Okay, next one. Now, which one gotta go? Which one gotta go? Hot dogs, hamburgers. Which one? Which one gotta go? If somebody said to you that you could only have one, that's it. The other one, ixnay. Which one gotta go? Which one gotta go? Whew. Oh man, child. I already know. For me, this one was really not that hard. This one was really not that hard. However, there's a caveat to it though. There's a caveat to it. So you say I don't like either, but if burger can be a turkey burger, that part, that part. That's why I said that was the caveat to it for me. I don't do the hot dogs. I don't do hamburgers, but I will do a good turkey burger. So if the burger could be turkey, I'm all in. All in. You know what I'm saying? But I feel like they do have like turkey hot dogs too though. But I think the choice I would weigh the pros and cons for me and I would say, you know what, burger, over the hot dog, but preferably a turkey burger. Yeah, so I agree. I agree. What about you, babe? Which one gotta go for you? uh, as right now, it's two for the burger. For the burger, if they had the choice to keep one of them, it would be the burger. You know what I'm saying? And the hot dog gotta go. Ixnay for the hot dog. The hot, yeah. Lord have mercy. Tell you, boy. Things that make you go, like I really be like having to think about this because it's things that you really don't think about like until you gotta talk about them out loud. Because if I was talking about them out loud, then it's like, uh, wow, choices, decisions. So, all right, I guess it's just me and you, Angel. We both agree, okay, that the hot dog will have to go. Okay, it's just us two in this thing. You said neither, because I if it wasn't no more turkey. So neither. Oh man, I can't. Oh, okay, fair, fair. All right, next one. You can only keep one. You can only keep one. Which one are you keeping? I already know. I already know the answer to this for me. Sneakers or sandals? Sneakers or sandals? You can only keep one. Which one you keep? You can only keep one. Which ones are you keep? Ooh, child. Mm-mm-mm. Keep sneakers. Okay, fair, fair. I already know what hubby's gonna be. So singing for sure. I already knew that one. I already knew that one. That was an easy one for you. So I would say I would definitely have to keep sneakers too. Reason being, when you think about it, if all you can have between the choices are sneakers or sandals, think about all the different elements, think about the seasons, take all that into account. There's a lot of things that you can do with sneakers that you can do with sandals, you know. So realistically, I feel like that you should want to keep sneakers because sneakers are multi-purpose. You could even do rock sneakers with dresses for ladies that like to wear a lot of dresses. You could even match a good sneaker with a dress or whatever. Sneakers have become multifunctional, especially the way that they're made. They have. You can like really get dressed up and have a cute pair of sneakers on. You know what I'm saying? Whatever. But sandals are cute too. Like, but are they practical? Are they practical, especially for different situations? Suppose you gotta do a lot of walking. Do you want to do a lot of walking with sandals on? Suppose you gotta climb some rocks or some mountains. Are you gonna do it with sandals? So although I can appreciate a good pair of sandals, I can appreciate a good pair of sneakers even more. And I can honestly say that I was never really a sneaker girl. I really was not a sneaker girl. Like I just really recently, within like the last, I want to say maybe 5 or 6 years, started pulling up my sneaker game because I was that one that always had to wear either like a sandal or heels. Like I was like literally obsessed with heels. Like I would have heels on for everything. I even had sneakers with heels on it, right? Like the little fancy sneakers with the like the stiletto heels, stuff like that. Like that's how serious it was for me with the heels. But I started having more of an awakening when it came to heels and like just wearing sandals and stuff like that. When I decided one day I was going to go to the park and I had on these heel sandals. Honey, child, let me tell you, child, let me tell you. Walking around that park, what them platform sandals on for like 3, 4 hours hit a little different. It hit a little different. I'm just trying to say. I think from there on, I made that decision. A, don't ever do that again. B, bring up your sneaker game. Bring up your sneaker game. So then I started to say, okay, I'll have like those, couple pair of sneakers just for the park. I'm like, okay, I'll spend to sneakers for the park. So I started wearing sneakers for the park, but I only had like that one or two pair that I will wear just for the park. But the problem with that, because I like to do color weeks or whatever, or I'm real particular about my colors and everything coordinating, having only a couple pair of sneakers wasn't working for me because I'm like, okay, so every time I go to the park, I gotta bring out wear the same exact color all the time because that's the only color sneakers I have. So that um made me want to expand my sneaker collection to different colors and stuff, and that way I can be versatile. I can be versatile, right? And then the third reason, because for those that don't know, I'm an educator. So the older I get, the harder it is for me to stand on my feet with hard shoes or shoes that have a big heel on. It is very, very hard. I used to can do it when I was 21 years younger than I am now. You know what I'm saying? I could handle it. I could stay on my feet for long periods of time with heels. But as I'm getting older, it is more difficult to stand on harder shoes, especially shoes that have like a wedge or a heel. After a while, my feet are screaming for their life. Like, nigga, get them shoes off of my feet. Like literally, like my feet be like screaming. You know what I'm saying? So for me, it's more comfortable now to wear sneakers. Especially being on my feet all the time. So yeah. So I agree. I agree that it is sneaker game. Now I got colors for everything. Okay. Okay. Yes. Like when I say my dogs been barking, like girl, if you don't act like you got some sense up here, child, like even now, like I might wear sneakers like 4 days out of the week, I might decide to put like that little shoe with that little heel on. By the end of the day, my feet is screaming. They're screaming. Listen, listen. I know how to stay in my lane now. I know how to stay in my lane now. I have too many pairs. I know. I know how to stay in my lane. Oh man. Child. Yeah. But yeah, that was my would you rather's or where must go. So I really appreciate y'all for indulging me again for number tea time. Oh man. Oh man. Yeah. So I look forward to having tea with y'all again next Thursday. So I'll be on these YouTube streets again on Monday for Sister Talk. So they ain't doing nothing. Come through. 6 o'clock on Mondays. Okay. It be me and my co-host. So we always say, you never know what we're gonna talk about. Never know what we're gonna talk about. Right? Real talk over there, real talk over there. So, but I want you guys to have an amazing, amazing rest of your evening. Have an awesome weekend. Do something for you. Do something for you. All right. Until next time, guys. Stop. Be well. Talk to y'all soon. Bye, guys.